Okay, so now we continue with our next part, that is we have learned the keywords. Now we have to start working on the commands. So we'll do a small set of questions which makes us feel confident that whether we can handle these kind of queries in the exam or not. Okay, so here are the list of questions. We will understand and try to implement them. So I'm keeping both the screens parallelly open so that I have the questions also in front of me, and what I'm doing is also visible to you. Okay, great. So let us start, right? Now the first query says here, I'm doing it on the item table itself. I will just have the display of the item table once more in front of you so that we know what are we working with. That's it. Okay. Now the first question says display the items whose warranty is in the range of 3 to 5. Display the items. Now item names is not mentioned explicitly, but by the statement we can understand that it is talking about the name of the items only. Okay, otherwise the question is generally display all the details. In that case we would have taken a select star, but in this case it is mentioning that display the items. So by the I name I can get hold of the items easily. I can make out that. So I know that, okay, I have to display this. So select I name. This much I understand. From table name compulsory, I have to give it. Okay. Now the question is, it says warranty is in the range of 3 to 5. Now, which is the way I can put it across to him that he understands. Now, this is like going to be the condition which will help me filter my records. Whether this record carom should be displayed or not, whether the bat record should be displayed or not, table tennis should be displayed or not, will depend upon this. So this is the thing which I mentioned with my where clause. And in simple terms, if I want to say, I would say that the warranty is greater than equal to 3 and the warranty is less than equal to 5. Whenever it is range to be mentioned, this is one direct way of doing it. Okay, so warranty is by the name WARN, and here I go specifying warranty is greater than equal to 3. And now here I'm putting and, not or, because it has to be more than equal to 3, but it has to be less than 5 also. So both the conditions, greater as well as less, has to be satisfied. Then only I am doing it correctly for the given question, right? I can see 3 will be displayed, so carom is displayed. 4th will be considered, that is displayed. Null will not be considered, so table 10 is not displayed. 4 will be taken into consideration, so pad is displayed. 3 will be taken into consideration, so wicket is displayed. 4 chess will be displayed. 2 will not be considered, the lawn tennis is not displayed, right? I think that is very clear. The other way of doing it using, whenever it is range for cost for any kind of other data also, we can use our between operator. Okay. Now the question might be that, ma'am, which one to use in the exam? You can use both until unless they mention which one to be used. If they say in the brackets using between operator, then of course you have to write it using between. If they don't, then as a question, if it is asked, very well, you can attempt in whichever manner you want to be. Okay. But I have to understand the writing of the between also, because it can be asked in the output question, or I mean in the error question, or in the uh, or it could be specified that yes, use the between operator. So you can't say that if I know one method I might ignore the second. That we cannot do. I'm sorry. Okay, you have to know both the methods, because you never know which way it is going to be asked in which particular manner. So you might need the knowledge of both in the exam paper. Okay, so where warning, that is where field name between the value first and the second value. Here and has to be written as and, no other variation is possible. And automatically, because 3 and 5 will be included, so my equal to will also be taken care of. Okay. So we have the same output. So whichever way we want to do. If it's not mentioned, then you can do. Next one. Now you try and try to answer. Display all the details. What do I pick up when I say all the details?
Star.
Correct. Start from table name. Okay. Now the condition is cost is more than 5,000 and less than 10,000. Again, it's like a range, but the point to be noted here is that it's more than 5,000, not more than equal to. So here you will lose a half mark if you don't take care of this. Of course, not the complete 1 mark, or if it's a 2 marker, then the entire marks for it, but definitely there'll be a cut because you have ignored the smaller nuances of it. Okay. So here I say select everything because it says all the details from table name where cost. Cost field name is cost only, so I don't have to bother. Cost. Now there are 3 ways of doing it. Number one, cost is more than 5,000 and cost. Now whenever you write and or wala method, do not forget to write the field name again. Though we speak and we write in English like this, more than 5,000 and less than 10,000, but in computers, in the condition has to be complete in itself. So it has to be with the field name again. 5,000 and 10,000. Okay, this is definitely the first method, right? Second method could be if I want to use the between operator. Same thing. The only thing would be I will have to include it from 5,001. Isn't it? Otherwise, it will go for that value also. Similarly, for 10,000, I will not write 10,000. I'll go for 9,999 because the value has to be less than 10,000. Okay. And there's one more tricky method of doing it, which obviously they will not, I mean, you will not write it as such if a query comes. But CBSE has asked it in terms of question given and query given and output to be, query asked and output to be given. Okay. What is that? I use between, okay, and I write this. And I include another condition. It's simply like, naak ko aise na pakad ke aise pakad. When I already have 2 methods, why should I go for the third one? But there is another way also of doing it, where I say, so here I am putting a bracket around it just to differentiate that this is one condition. Okay, be very careful about it, please. I'm again saying this, nobody will go for writing it. It will only be used only when CBSE gives you for the output question. Maybe otherwise I will never write something like this. Okay. And I will say, and this is my logical and. Sorry, I wrote it wrong. Here. First condition, and cost not in. Now, not, I have not done any example with in. Not we have done only with is null. Right? Not in, brackets open, 5,000, comma, 10,000. Interesting way of putting it, but little complex. What I'm trying to say, if I would have said and cost in 5,000, 10,000, so इसका meaning हो जाता cost should be equal to 5,000 or cost should be equal to 10,000. है ना? Now I want the reverse of that. जहाँ पे 5,000, 10,000 नहीं है, pick up those. Okay, so first part of the thing says cost should be between 5,000 and 10,000. So this thing will cater to those records also which are equivalent to 5,000 and 10,000 as cost. But the second condition, which is being joined with the and hence compulsorily should be true for the record which is being selected, says that cost should not be these two values. Okay, it should be between 5,000 and 10,000, but it should not be 5,000 and 10,000 specifically. How do I know it's specifically talking about that? Because I'm using in. And in the case of in, exact values are matched. In between, a range is matched. In exact values are matched, right? And I'm saying कि exact values ये वाले match नहीं होने चाहिए. How have I made that specific? With this use of not. Please note it down, mark it up. This kind of a thing is being asked, has been asked in CBSE many number of times, and kids by the time, because maybe at times they don't revise this kind of thing in class 12, they tend to forget. So please note it down when I send the screenshots, or you may note it down now, that this kind of a thing will also result in the same output. Can you see? My previous output only is coming. This output itself. Same output is coming. Okay, it has not included records with 5,000 and 10,000. Okay, right? So not in, not in as such, independently. I'm not talking about this particular query as such. Yeah, but it's a waste to use it like this unnecessarily writing so much. But as such, if a question says, just let me show you the table again, then you'll understand where not in is very, very significant. Supposingly, my table is this, okay? And the user says, or the company says, whatever, that display me the details of those items, okay? No, display me the details of all the items, excluding wicket, chess, and lawn tennis. Again, listen, or if possible, write it down. Display the details of all the items, excluding wicket, chess, and lawn tennis. Okay? Now, in this kind of a question, using the in operator to check for carom, bat, table tennis, bat, football, hockey, cork, racket, or maybe there are 15, 20, 100 more items is ridiculous. Because I'm supposed to just say, isko include mat karo, rest give me everything. Right? In that case, my not in comes handy. I mean, that is the only way out in that case. Because then you can't be writing about 50 items jo ki hai other than these three, right? So how do I do it? In that case, I will write select star or whatever the user is asking to display from item where I name not in. Okay, where I name not in, supposingly that, then I'm talking about wicket, I'm talking about tennis. Okay, automatically rest all is picked up. That's the beauty of this not in. Have you got my point? Again, another example. In an employee table, you have addresses, okay, of employees. Now my manager says, I want to know the names of those employees who do not stay either in Anandiketan or Motibag or Satyaniketan. Rest, wherever they stay, I want to pick up that data. Okay. And if you don't know this method, you will go and keep on searching all the other available, area names and then include that and write. है ना? Possible नहीं है वो, obvious है. So where you are being told कि ये नहीं होना चाहिए, rest सब कुछ pick करो. There this comes handy, and it's very, very significant because in that case I have no other option. Okay, I hope I'm clear on this. Okay, next one. Let's move on to the next question. Display all details of chess, football, hockey. I believe you know it. I don't have to write it and show it to you. Select start from items where I name in chess, football, hockey. यहाँ पे तो वो मांग रहा है. I wanted for chess, football, and hockey. If this would have been that they are wanting the others, then I would have said not in chess, football, hockey. Chess, football, hockey नहीं है, वो वाले दोनों. Okay, so I'm not writing that. Unique quantity values. How do I get the unique quantity values? By that I mean 20, 10, 12, null. How do I get the unique quantity value? One instance of every value. You've got only one way of doing it, distinct. So select distinct cost from item. Okay. What did I go wrong with? Oh, this is the spelling of select wrong. Select listing cost from item. Oh, it's not cost, sorry, it's quantity. I'm so sorry. Quantity 20, 10, 30, 12, null, 13. Oh, there are other those. Okay, this table of mine is having some other records also. So maybe that. Let's check it out also. Select stars from item. 20, 10, 30, 12, 13. Okay, so that is a one entry of every value. I get it using distinct, and that's the only way of doing it. I have no other way of doing it. Okay. The challenge is that by reading the question, the keyword should strike you. In exam, you will not have so much time to ponder upon it. The moment you say unique, okay, fine. So it is distinct. Other than this, I want the rest of the data. So it is not in. It has to come just like a snap. Otherwise, it is not possible to do it. You'll definitely and 100% make mistakes in writing the queries if it doesn't come that smartly to you. Okay, next one. Display the name, cost, and quantity. So I know what all I want to display from all those items, for all those items, sorry, whose cost is more than 10,000, warranty is less than 3. Two simple independent conditions joined with and. I can join them with and because they are based on two different categories. Cost should be more than 10,000 and warranty should be less than 3. Okay, so here we just quickly check it out. Select what all it wants. It wants INAME, comma, cost, comma, quantity from item, where cost greater than 10,000 and warranty less than 3. अभी less than लगाना है, equal to लगाना है. What should be the spelling of warranty depending upon the field name? All these things we have to take care of when you're attempting. There's only one record that satisfies both the conditions. Why? Because I've given an and. The moment I put an or, my output will vary to a great extent because either warranty less than 3 or cost is more than 2,000, 10,000, sorry. So then you have all these three. Okay, be very careful whether you're putting and as the joining condition or the other ones. Quickly, the other two. Select details of all the items where warranty is not given. Warranty not given means null. Warranty not mentioned or something when they write this particular thing is not mentioned, not given, will be filled later, is unspecified. So they're talking about checking of the null value. Okay. How do I write null? I'm checking for the null value. So here I say that I want everything from the table name and what should be checked as null? Warranty is not given again. So where warranty equal to null नहीं करना, null के साथ equal to नहीं लगाना ever. Just keep that in mind. Is space null. What happens if I put is and null together? It's an error. This is also a very common mistake. When you write it, you don't realize, but when you do it practically, then only you realize it. ठीक है? We've seen many a times practical exam में board में मैम कमांड नहीं चल रहा, मैम कमांड नहीं चल रहा, मुंह फुला के बैठे, रोने वाली शक्ल हो गई एग्जामिनर के सामने. What is the thing? Simple space नहीं दिया. क्यों? क्योंकि रट तो लिया था, लेकिन ये नहीं ध्यान दिया था that whether you have to put a space in between is a null or not. Okay. So these are the small things you have to be careful about. Now, where the quantity is not mentioned, display the details. So again, quantity should be null. Quantity is okay. Here there's a variation. Sorry, quantity is mentioned. So now there is one item here where the quantity is not mentioned. Quantity is null, right? Rest everybody has the quantity. So the variation will become is not null. जहाँ पे null नहीं है वो वाला सारा मुझे डेटा दिखाओ. जहाँ null है that I don't want to see. Is not null. Okay, so that is why get the concerned output. Okay, is not null. Cost is not null. Where the cost is null, that record has been. Oh, do I have anything with cost null? I think I don't have it. Just a minute. Okay, 11th one is not there. So in your output, 11th one is not there. I'm seeing on this. My PPT and my data is a little different. So that's why my output is. So you can see in the previous output, I was having my 11th record not shown because in the 11th record I have my null cost. Okay, if you apply it on this data, obviously your output will be on your own. All right. The last one again, you can do it on your own. I will not type it out to show. Display I names and date of purchase. So select I name comma DUPR where costs are this or this or this or this. Okay, the question could have been whether cost is mentioned as this or this or this or this. Whether cost is either this or this or this or this. Anyway, it is mentioned. Okay, so multiple values to be checked in cost. The moment you say this in your mind, it should come what? In operator. Okay, so first part is what all I want to select. So you can see here. If I take it down, select, I want, you try to do things faster, leads to more time. Select I name, date of purchase from item where cost in these values, these being numeric, no quotes. Okay, in will have its own bracket, comma will be there to separate all the values. Rest of the format is same. Like here you can see for chess, football and hockey, the quotes are there because they are character based data. If this would have been dates, it would have been in quotes. But this being numeric, there are no quotes here. Okay, can I leave the next part of this for you to do? Rather, I'll just do one or two and then I will leave you. Okay, thoda sa, be patient. Okay, so here we see, because this includes a bit of order by also. I'll just orally discuss. You will practice because the solutions are also given, so you can definitely do it pretty well. Name and cost with their S codes of those items which have been purchased after a particular date. Now, this is something again, one variation very commonly asked for the dates. Purchased after means date has to be more than that date. Purchased before means date is less than the given date. Pick up those dates which are less than the given dates, right? So, of course, they will confuse you by writing the date in any format. You have to convert it into YYYY format from here. Okay? Is it fine? Now, what all to be displayed? Name, cost, and S code. S code is actually SC out here. So, item name, cost, S code from item where date of purchase is greater than the given date. So, automatically it will be after the given date. Okay, before hota to less than hota. A report I told earlier also, report is nothing but the output is what we sometimes confuse with as a report. Listing the number and name of the items in ascending order of cost where item name starts with C. Now here you've got the usage of like operator because I'm trying to form a pattern, and it also talks about ascending order. Okay. Ascending order, it's given here, ascending order of cost. Let's try this out. We've not done the order by clause. So here we have, my question is display name of the item. So I go by displaying the name of the item, which is I name, right? Select I name from item. First thing is ordering it is giving, and then item name starts with C. Okay, now you have to be clever enough. Where should be put first, order by should come next. If where is not there, then order by will come after this. Otherwise, there's a sequence in the select command. Select field names from table name, where condition, order by field name, and then you have group by and have image. Okay, so you follow that sequence only. Where nahi hai, then you will have order by first. But if where is there, we will first write the where condition. What is my where condition? Item name starts with C. So I name, we use the like operator to define this pattern. What is this pattern going to be? Starts with C. So C के बाद कुछ भी हो सकता है. For कुछ भी we had percentage symbol, right? 0 or more characters का presence के लिए we had percentage symbol. Compulsory presence of one character we had underscore. These two wildcard characters, right? So like in quotes, because it's a string pattern you're forming, C and percentage symbol. This is how we write it. Okay, so starting should be C, rest can be anything, right? Followed by order by, again it's a clause, so put it with space. I can take it to the next line also. Okay, write it again. Chalo, let me put it here itself. As of now, order by cost in the ascending order. Now for cost in the ascending order, it's only order by. Did I press insert by any chance? What happened? Oh, my cursor went on to some other place and it's blinking there. Something wrong. That I want to close the screen. It's merged up like this. Okay. Fine. Order by something. Cost, right? Order by which field? That much you mentioned. Ascending order, we do not mention there. Okay, because ascending is by default. If I check out my data and try to compare whether you've done it correctly or not, starting with C, cork, chess, carom, right? That is correct. And in the ascending order of cost. So carom is 4,000, chess is 2,400, and cork is 300. So cork comes first, followed by chess, followed by carom. That is how you have it. Okay, is it clear? Is this point clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, great. Fine. So this way you can try the rest of the two also.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, is descending order possible?
Yeah, of course, descending order is possible. I just have to add, like here, we would just add the keyword DESC with space. Okay, I'll show you that. I think I have in some question, yes, the 11th one, the next one only. Name of the items in reverse order, where S code is more than one. Okay, names itself in reverse order. That's what the question is saying. Condition is S code has to be one, more than one. Okay, so first item ko chhod ke baki everything it should display in the ulta order, right? So I want the I names to be displayed from table name. Okay, where SC is not equal to 1, right? Achha, not equal to operator also we have not done. So here we see that is more than 1. Let's take it not equal to 1. Not equal to, we write like this, exclamatory mark followed by equal to. Same way we write in Python also, so there is no confusion. We will use it here too. Not equal to 1. Okay. Order by I name DESC. Space, please check out order, space, by, space, field name, space, DESC if you want it in descending order. Otherwise, ASC is for ascending, but that is by default. You don't have to write it. Okay, you can see that where SC is not equal to 1, right? And you can see that this is like B, C, D, E, F, G, H. It's ulte order mein when you start from the top record. Okay, that is how you put the descending order. We step to the last two. Let's do that also quickly. Name of those items where either the warranty is less than 2 years or the cost is more than 3,000. So here we talk about two conditions, but or both the conditions should not be true for a record to be displayed. Either this or this, right? So it's simple. Where warranty WARN less than 2 or cost is greater than 3,000. Okay. Next one, display cost and warranty of those which has been purchased before 7th August 1979. See, I told you date can be in this format, date can be in this format, but when you write the query, you have to use only one format, y dash mm dash dd, and the value has to go with quotes because dates are handled as strings in SQL. So it has to be with quotes. Okay. Before means less than. Date should be less than that the given date. And after means more than the given date. तो वो वाले operators after होगा तो greater आएगा for the date and less before होगा तो less वाला operator आएगा. ठीक है? Let's say इस date के पीछे वाली dates तक का वो data pick करेगा. Select cost, warranty from item where date of purchase less than 9787. That is 7th August 1997. Okay, the format is completely different from the way they give it in the question. So don't get confused. You have to follow the same pattern only. There's nothing else to be done. Okay, that completes this. Practice, practice, practice is the only keyword. If you don't, it becomes a big trouble. If you do it, it is not. I'll send some worksheets for practice, but first do the ones which we have already done in class. And then start with the next one. Okay.